Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. We're kind of continuing on with the Klarity Cosmetics of it all. Don't know why I'm talking like that, but there you go. I got the Klarity Cosmetics Cobra palette. Are we surprised? No, it's 5000% my sort of colour theme. Anyways, you know the general drill. It's a rate it or slate it video. I'm going to do some swatches, a tutorial, and possibly most importantly, add a view of the whole thing. So obviously I created this look. I want to do something fairly simple and wearable because for me this is what I would wear out of the house. And you know, this is kind of how I do makeup with glasses, because you have to do it a little bit bolder, a little bit bigger, just for it to be seen. It's a little strange. Anyways, if this is something that you're interested in, keep on watching. We'll have a wonderful time and everything will be fine. Yes. So we're looking at the Cobra palette today. So this is what it looks like. Yes, 8 lovely shades of general yumminess. Got this directly from Klarity. Okay, so some of the shades feel a little bit more like gritty. Not that that's a bad thing, just FYI. So we have Hysterical. Ooh, Mamba. Boa and Arrow. I'm enjoying that pun. Ooh, nice. And Python, like pie as in like delicious, delicious pies. I really like the colour story of this. Like when I saw this coming out, I was like, God damn it. This is such a me colour story. And then the very last row, because it is just an 8-pan palette, so I may have to dig into other things to do a full look. This is Don't Hiss Out. I'll just go into that again to build it up. Yeah. We then have Viperactive. Nice. Don't Hiss Me Off. I mean, the puns alone. And Snake Care. Snake Care. So this is it. I mean, it's a very bluey greeny palette. I mean, this shade here alone, that's the sort of green that I really like, that kind of mossy look. So yeah, I'll figure out what to do with it. That's the swatches. Tutorial is next. So it's actually a very, very simple look today. I just, you know, wanted to do something a bit grungy. And also the lovely Wilma was like, why don't you do a colourful look that you would wear out of the house? And I'm like, well then, let's use the Cobra palette to do it. You know, 2 for 1. I get my review in. It's a whole thing. Anyways, eyelids are already primed. Hurrah! And I'm using this Cash Beauty brush. It came as part of the set. They are really nice, by the way, if you haven't picked them up. And I'm just going into the shade Don't Hiss Out. I wish they'd named it Don't Hiss Me Off, because I feel like that was a wasted opportunity. Am I being a bit whatever? Anyways, I'm going to wing this out, because sure, why not? Will I put it over the brow? Absolutely, you know? Why not? It's a very grey, kind of wet day here in the west of Ireland. Look, I'm really weird. I love like rainy days. They bring me a frightening amount of joy. Like I really like that. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm getting ready to film or tonight. I'm on with the lovely Heather. So our theme is grunge. So I figured this kind of works into it, you know, that sort of grungy colours, something that's like not like wildly structured and just kind of fairly free form. So that was kind of my rationale there. So I'm trying to like get things edited and stuff before I leave. So that's been a lot of fun. Don't really even know what it is that I'm going to bring in with me yet. Like I have to figure all of that out. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit intense. Now, this does give a nice amount of pigment, bearing in mind that the brush that I'm using is quite floofy, so it's not like packing on the colour. Like if I used a packing brush, I'd get a different sort of an effect, because I have tried this palette before, BT dubs. So this is just, I wanted something fairly loose and to kind of really diffuse the colour before packing it on. That was my my thing. I was like, let's do this. Yeah, so as I'm filming, tomorrow I'll be going to Carlo because I'm packing up some things from there before I go to Edinburgh. I'm using this Dew Colour brush. It is 09, which is a great number, and I'm going into the shade Viper Active. Well then, I do like that as a name, and you get a good amount of pigment with this. Like, look at that. Dun dun dun. Work your way onto the lid. There we go. And again, this blends quite nicely. I like a palette where I don't have to work very hard with it. I know that some people are happy to like blend for hours and hours and hours, but I mean, I get, you know, makeup is a therapy and like a form of self-care, and like some people love the process of blending. But for me, I don't want to be here for hours. I don't. Like, I enjoy it, but I don't want to be here for the rest of my life blending and blending and blending. I just don't have the constitution for it. I want to be doing other things, and I should be doing other things, you know? So just blending, blending, blending. My leave is almost over, and I'm being reminded by that because every so often I check on my emails, even though I'm not meant to because I'm on leave, and I can already see there's a frightening amount of work waiting for me when I do go back. So I'm like, oh yay, well done. So again, just diffusing that as best I possibly can. I'm taking the Cash brush again, and I'm going into the Don't Hiss Out shade again, and just putting that on top just to swoosh the two together. Nothing major. Yeah, there we go. Pretty simple. And then I'm taking this Morphe brush, and I'm going into the shade Don't Hiss Me Off. Oh yeah. Oh, well then it would have been silly of saying don't hiss out and then having it say don't hiss me off twice. My God, Teresa, I've used this, but it just goes to show I never look at the names. Well done, Teresa. Well done. And popping that there. Smacking it on. I know, so precise. Such talent. There's one shade in here that reminds me a little bit of the leaf shade from the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. I think I might prefer the Beauty Bay one, like just in terms of the tone, not in terms of the formula. Like the tone is more my thing. But this palette, I like the colour story of it. So just packing that on, and then just a very chilled out blend. Cause I'm lazy and I can't be bothered. Might even see if I can get Heather on to film a little bit earlier than 7, because we normally film at 7 on a Thursday. But it might make my life a bit easier. I have to try and like get everything edited ASAP. Yeah, anyways, that's my life. Welcome to my thought process. I'm using the Morphe M456, and I'm going into the shade Boa and Arrow. I will say also these are really lovely soft mattes, you know, very nice pigment to them. Again, just wiggling the brush, wiggle, 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 yeah. Yeah, watch as I lose my brain. So I don't know exactly what it is that we're going to do when we're in Edinburgh future, Teresa. What did we end up doing? Who knows? But I know that I'm meeting up with a couple of people on Monday, and I'm so excited about it. That being said, you know, for those who aren't able to come or whatever, don't freak out, you know. I will be back again because obviously I am very important, and that is what you're worried about, not like missing out on meeting up with Missa. No, it's just that you're like, oh, I really want to see Teresa because she's so cool. Which, you know, fair. But I will be over again and we'll all hang out. Just going back through the other colours again, just to kind of swish it through. You know? Probably should have said that. Oh well, sure, we're grand. No big deal. I'm then taking this Morphe JS12 and I'm going into the shade Hysterical. Oh my God, I mean, Gaia, this is a bit of you really, just down to the sheer puns, if nothing else. See, this is the shade that I think looks a little bit like Leaf from the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. Not that it's a dupe or anything, but I think it's somewhat similar. I actually think there's like a difference in terms of the tones. This is a slight bit more blue leaning, and the one in the Beauty Bay is more yellow leaning. But I do think this is very nice. Very, very nice. And then I'm just kind of brushing back and forth. You can see really good pigment on it. Not having to work very hard on that, which is great because I'm a lazy bee. Yeah, love it. Nice. And then I'm just taking my Jessup 237 and I'm going into the shade Mamba. Does anyone else remember Mamba number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the castle, come on, let's ride to the na 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 na. And all I could remember then was like the names of all the women, which problematic, I guess. You know, God, the songs we listened to in the 90s. They were different times, lads, different times. I'm taking this Morphe M562 because it is life. Don't argue with me. And I'm going into Snake Care. I wonder if this is like a potentially triggering palette for people who have snake phobias. Because I know I have a few friends who are very nervous of snakes. Well, no, nervous isn't the correct word. They like have quite a severe phobia. So I don't know if like it extends to words or concepts or whatever. Because sometimes, you know, a very intense phobia can actually do that. That it's any stimuli around it. Same brush again, and this time I'm going into Python. Yeah, more puns, more punny puns, and just swishing that over. I didn't want too much shimmer. I wanted this to be quite a matte heavy look, you know, because I think that's kind of what grunge would be, but I wanted to give a little bit of dimension, a little bit of depth to that. Now, that's essentially it, but for clarity's sake, I will bring more shadow down here and it'll just be like a recreation of what's at the top, nothing major. The lashes I have on are Klarity Kosmetics in the style Desired, because, you know, and rare occasion, not putting any jewels or gems on because it's a grungy look. Let me just bask in the simplicity of this. You know, also I'm leaving tomorrow, so I want something that is minimum effort and isn't going to take me 5 million years to clean up. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to F off now, finish off the rest of my face, and we will come back and discuss our life sins. Yeah. I'm back! The rest of the makeup has been done, and I was too lazy to do anything with my hair, except give it a little bit of a curl. So, this is where we are, and my hair is everywhere. Anyways, this is the finished look. For full transparency, I did put a little bit of highlighter on the brow bone, and it is an 0 for 1. It's the Mother Earth one. I got it before all the stuff, but you know, I wanted to be transparent in case you're like, oh, I'm doing this as well. Why has my makeup not come out this way? So, just so you know. Anyways, this is the look. You always have to go a little bit bigger. Like it looks a bit manic when you take the glasses off, but when you have glasses on, you do have to go like a little bit bigger just to have it be noticed, you know. So I will zoom you in now so you can see what the finished look looks like. So that's it. It's super grungy, gritty. There's no massive technique involved here. It's like literally lay down the colour, blend, 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 and that's it. I mean, you can see it looks nice with glasses. As soon as you take the glasses off, it looks a bit weird. Yeah, but I mean, it just shows the makeup that you do for glasses is a little bit different, in my opinion. So now we are on to the review of the Cobra palette. I mean, when I saw this on R&R, Releases and Romps, as I like to call it, oh, my little heart just kind of pitter-pattered. And I'm very annoyed with Klarity Kosmetics because they keep like releasing stuff that I'm interested in. I will say, the shipping is so expensive. It's like, it hurts me. But if this is your sort of colour story, you could do a lot worse than get this. The quality is really, really nice. They are very creamy, very blendable mattes. The shimmers are very, very nice, highly, highly pigmented. If you already have something like this in your collection, do you need this? No, you don't. Like, I'm not here to tell you to buy more makeup. But if you have been kind of on the fence about whether or not to get this, the quality is definitely there. Like the blue, that dark blue, the Don't Hiss Out, I kind of wish they'd name that something else because I don't 100% get it. This, beautifully pigmented. We know that blues can be patchy and a bit problematic. This is very, very good. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Now, the reason why I'm being like taking those marks off is it is expensive when I take into account like things like shipping, etc. But I do think it's really, really nice. Do I regret buying it? No, not at all. I'm going to be happy to dig into this. I think this works really well as a palette in and of itself. As you could see, I could do a whole eye look with it, which, you know, you can do pretty easily if you have an £8 palette. But I think it will also work really well as a companion palette as well. So I'm happy to recommend this if you've been looking at it and kind of deciding whether or not it needs a place in your life. Well, you know, it's up to you. But that's it. That's the end of the video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. You know you want to, because you'll see more of whatever I'm doing. Do please share, because sharing is caring. Unless, of course, it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. That's how all the bad things happen. But that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.